Right now, in parts of the Northeast, if you step outside without covering your face, your skin starts freezing in 15 minutes. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, people are walking around in t-shirts at 68 degrees. New York City wind chills are pushing -15 as we speak, while Anchorage, Alaska is sitting above freezing. So let that one really sink in. We are looking at a 60-plus degree temperature gap stretched across 2,500 miles of one single country that is one of the most extreme weather divides this entire winter. And the part that should really get your attention, all of this, everything the East is going through right now, is just the opening act. Because a second Arctic blast is loading up over Canada as we speak, and it is significantly worse. We're talking temperatures crashing 40 to 50 degrees below average. A major snow event impacting tens of millions of people from the Ohio Valley through New England, and over 1,500 schools already shut down. So today we're going through it all coast to coast, city by city, who's getting hammered, who's getting buried, and who's just out here vibing in spring-like weather for the next 7 to 10 days. And stick around to the end, because there's a mid-February pattern shift building that could change the rest of winter. That's something you genuinely don't want to miss. Alright, so here's what's driving this whole thing. The jet stream has buckled into a deep trough over the eastern US, basically swinging the door wide open for Canadian Arctic air to pour straight down into the heartland and the East Coast. On the western side, a massive ridge of high pressure is parked like a wall, pumping abnormally warm air from the desert southwest all the way up through the Pacific coast. Phoenix low 70s. LA 68, San Francisco, comfortably in the upper 50s. East of the Rockies, a stubborn Arctic air mass has been camped out over the Great Lakes and the Northeast for going on a week now, and it is not going anywhere anytime soon. So when people say it feels like two different countries, they're not exaggerating. It literally is two completely different weather worlds, separated by about 1,000 miles. All right, let's get into it. Region by region. Starting with the folks catching the absolute worst of it, the Northeast. New York City today, highs around 28 to 30 degrees, which doesn't sound that bad on paper until you factor in overnight lows dropping somewhere between 5 and 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's before wind chill. Skies are mostly clear, and the wind is light for once, which is a tiny break, but do not let that sunshine fool you. It is bitterly cold out there. No way around it. And here's the kicker today, is actually the mildest day you're going to see for a while. Because by this weekend, another shot of Arctic air drops temps an additional 20 to 30 degrees from where they are right now. If that plays out, we're looking at single-digit highs and lows well below zero across upstate New York and Pennsylvania that would absolutely shatter daily records in a whole bunch of places. Boston and all of New England. Buckle up. You could see the coldest air of the entire winter this weekend. Wind chills potentially plunging to 20 to 30 below zero. At that temperature, sap inside trees freezes and expands so fast it literally cracks trunks wide open. They call them exploding trees. And that's not a figure of speech. That actually happens. Philly, you're in basically the same boat as New York. Maybe a degree or two colder overnight Buffalo. Syracuse, lake effect snow off Erie and Ontario is going to pile up fast with these temps. Deep. And Baltimore. You're on the southern edge, mid-30s for highs. Cold for sure, but honestly a different world compared to what New England is about to deal with. Now let's slide over to the Midwest Chicago today. Brutally cold. Highs only in the low to mid-20s. Maybe touching 32 if you're lucky. Lows tonight dipping to around -10 or colder. The cruel part, skies are sunny and gorgeous all day. It looks beautiful through the window. But the second you step outside, that cold smacks you like a freight train. The entire Great Lakes region is locked in this deep freeze. Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, Indianapolis. Wind chills pushing below -15 across the board. At those levels, exposed skin can freeze in as little as 15 to 20 minutes. So if you're heading out for anything at all, cover every inch you possibly can. Minneapolis and St. Paul. Even by your standards, this stretch has been rough wind chills into the -20s, and schools closing left and right across the entire region. Kansas City, St. Lewis. You're in that awkward in-between zone. Not Chicago-level brutal, but cold enough that nobody's choosing to be outside unless they have to. Alright, now let's completely flip the vibe. Because down south and out west, people are living in what feels like an entirely different dimension. Houston today, highs around 59 to 64 degrees. Lows in the 40s to low 50s. Light clouds. Dry skies. And if you're on your patio, watching your Chicago friends complain on social media. Yeah, that's gotta feel pretty good. Not gonna lie. Dallas is a touch cooler. Mid-50s to low 60s, with lows in the mid-30s to mid-40s. There's a weak cold front, midweek dropping temps 5 to 10 degrees. But it's a grab a hoodie thing. Definitely not a stock up on groceries thing. San Antonio. Austin. Same ballpark as Dallas. Mid-50s to low 60s. Dry. Maybe a little breezy. Overall super chill in every sense of the word. And then Florida. Miami at 79 degrees. Orlando around 74. Tampa in the upper 70s. Y'all are living your absolute best life right now, and the entire country knows it. Just a couple days ago, parts of Florida dipped into the mid-30s. But that cold snap bounced out fast, and you're right back to tropical comfort like nothing ever happened. Jacksonville sitting around 70. Still gorgeous if you're planning anything outdoors in the southeast this week. Today through Thursday is the sweet spot before things could shift. Now, let's head to the West Coast, because this is where it gets honestly absurd. And yeah, the words February heatwave are being used with a completely straight face right now. Los Angeles, sunny. Highs around 65 to 68 lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. And it's been like this for over a week straight. Just classic Southern California on repeat with that ridge of high pressure acting like a dome of warmth. Phoenix is even warmer. Low 70s with crystal clear skies. If nobody told you the date, you genuinely swear it was April or early May out there. San Francisco in the mid to upper 50s above average. You might catch that classic morning fog through the Golden Gate before it burns off San Diego at 66 with that perfect coastal breeze. Seattle and Portland. Y'all are in the low to mid 50s. Overcast like always. Maybe a drizzle. Nothing dramatic. Just doing your Pacific Northwest thing. Denver is caught right between both worlds at around the low 40s chilly, but nowhere near the chaos further east. Just watching from the sidelines. And here's the thing. All this western warmth is not going anywhere for at least the next 7 to 10 days. Models suggest it could actually intensify as that ridge builds even further. So if you're out west, soaking this in, enjoy every minute pattern holds strong, well into the second week of February at a minimum. Okay, now this is the part where everyone east of the Mississippi really needs to lock in. Because what's coming this weekend is on a completely different level. Remember how I said what we're feeling right now is basically round 1. Round 2 is loading up over northern Canada as we speak. And models show a major Arctic surge pushing south starting Friday into Saturday. This one is being driven by a powerful low-pressure system near the Great Lakes, an Alberta Clipper-type system that's going to scream across the upper Midwest and slam straight into the Northeast. Friday morning, expect heavier snow across Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan with possible snow squalls. Picture going from partly cloudy to near zero visibility in minutes with snow dumping sideways. Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland right in the bullseye for Friday morning. So if you've got any commute at all, seriously make a backup plan now. By Friday afternoon, that snow pushes as far south as North Carolina and Virginia. Lighter by that point, but still an inch or two on top of what those areas picked up last weekend. Friday night into Saturday is when it gets truly gnarly across New England. Extremely strong winds on the backside of that low are going to whip existing snow into legit blizzard-like conditions. With over a foot of snow already on the ground in most of New England, we're talking reduced visibility, drifting snow. The whole 9 yards, this is going to be serious. By Sunday night into Monday, the Arctic air settles in and just sits over the Northeast. Some models showing temps as low as 25 below zero in upstate New York and near Pittsburgh. Monday morning, some models have temps running 50 degrees below average in Pennsylvania, if that holds. Daily temperature records get absolutely obliterated across the entire region. That kind of cold is genuinely dangerous pipes freezing and bursting. Cars straight up refusing to start. Frostbite in minutes on any exposed skin if you're in the Northeast. Start preparing now. Not this weekend. Right now. Snowfall today is more nuisance level. Widespread 1 to 3 inches from Indiana through West Virginia. Maybe a coating to an inch over Maryland and New Jersey. The bigger event is this weekend, most areas picking up a coating to 3 inches. But upstate New York and northern New England could easily see closer to a foot, and that's conservative. But the real story isn't snow totals alone. It's the triple combination of heavy snow, plus insane winds, plus bone-chilling cold, all smashing together at the exact same time. Now I know a lot of you are wondering, after this cold snap passes, is winter basically wrapping up? And the answer is absolutely not. Not even close. Models show temps bouncing above average in the second week of February, but that warm-up is actually setting the stage for something potentially much bigger. The polar vortex looks like it could destabilize around mid-February, and when that loosens up, it tends to unleash massive shots of Arctic air that fuel some seriously big winter storms. The La Niña pattern shaping our winter is also weakening, which historically shifts storm tracks in ways that produce significant late-season events, so the warmth might literally just be the calm before a much bigger storm. If you live for big snowstorms, do not put those shovels away. The back half of February could bring some genuinely wild stuff. Before we wrap up, drop a comment right now and tell me where you're watching from. I want to know what it actually looks like outside your window today. Are you layered up in the Northeast, questioning your life choices? Freezing your face off somewhere in the Midwest? Or out on the West Coast, sipping iced coffee in sunshine, like winter's just a rumor? And if there's a specific city you want broken down next time, Nashville, Boise, Albuquerque, New Orleans, Atlanta, wherever you are, throw it in the comments. We hit as many as we can. Also, for everyone dealing with this cold, what's your go-to survival move? Space heater cranked, 5 layers deep, just flat out refusing to leave the house until spring. Let me know. All right, to wrap it all up today is actually a calm day. No major storm systems to lose sleep over right this second. So enjoy the breather while you can. Because by Friday, this whole pattern cranks right back up heavier snow, stronger winds, and a second Arctic blast that's going to make what we're feeling right now look mild by comparison. If you're in the Northeast or Midwest, start prepping now. Emergency kit stocked. Pets inside where it's warm. And check on your neighbors, especially the elderly. That part really matters. If this was useful, smash that like so more people see this forecast and can actually prepare for what's coming. Hit subscribe if you're new. We'll have a full update as these models keep sharpening up. Stay warm, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.